All right, thank you. Today's a fun day. It's Christmas a few days early, and so it's exciting. Our staff did a phenomenal job, and definitely want to thank Cam DeFeedy, our recruiting coordinator, his tireless effort, tireless time that he puts into all of this. You know, most schools have 15 people does what he does by himself. It's amazing what he does, and really, I'm very thankful for him, our coaching staff diving in, doing everything, all our academic people, our football operations, everybody that was involved in this over the full year, and especially the last few weeks here when it gets really hectic. We're excited. We signed 23 people today, young men that we're excited about coming, 13 high school, 4 junior college, 6 transfers by state, 18 from the state of Florida, 2 from Texas, 1 from California, 1 from North Carolina, and 1 from South Carolina. There's Cam himself, did a phenomenal job. I was just bragging on you, Cam, how hard you work. You do the job of about 15 people at most other schools, so great job. By position, 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 4 receivers, 5 offensive linemen, 3 D linemen, 1 outside backer, 3 inside backers, really 5 DBs. They can all play corner, safety, nickel, so kind of working all that way. So that's where we sit right now, and I'll go over some of the guys real quick with you, and this will take a minute, but I'll go over that. Y'all good with that? Yep. Okay. All right, so the first guy is Clayton Dees, our quarterback from Palmetto High School. Coach Yost and DeMarcus Van Dyke, they did the bulk of the recruiting on him. Coach Yost mainly. He's a dual sport athlete. He was a high-level baseball player. This past season, he led the Palmetto Tigers to the playoffs, and we really like his arm talent, his athleticism, his vision, and other great thing about him, he will be able to come in January, so that'll give him a good spring practice with us. Really excited about Clayton, and we can go into more details after I go through this. Devontae Lyons, excellent tailback, helped lead San Augustine to the state championship game. They got beat on a last-second field goal by Daytona Mainland. He had over 100 yards rushing and multiple touchdowns throughout the playoffs. Zach Roper and Eric Hickson, mainly Eric Hickson, did a bulk of recruiting. We're really excited about it. He's a big, powerful running back. He's 5'11". He's already 200 pounds as a senior in high school. He'll be over 200 pounds playing, and we're really excited about Devontae Lyons. We call him Nana Burris. He goes by Nana. Wide receiver, recruited by Jay McIntyre. He's a South Carolina native from Burns High School who's had great programs there. He also played basketball in high school. He's a transfer from Stetson University. He kind of reminded us a lot of kind of like in between Eric Rivers and Dean Patterson. He's 195, almost 200 pounds, 5'10.5", athletic. He has played 2 years. He played 4 games this year, and then redshirted. So he's got 2 years left to play for us. We're really excited about it. He can play multiple spots in the receiving corps. Eric Nelson from Miramar High School. Really excited about getting Eric. Jay McIntyre and Javon DeWitt did the recruiting for him. We saw him first at a 7-on-7 camp in 2022. Really liked what we saw, and stayed recruiting him. He was our first commitment of the Roar for 24 class. He had a great senior season, had 12 touchdowns on the year and had tons of yards. Long, athletic wide receiver that we're really excited about having from right down the road. Nick Smith from Stranahan, heavily recruited by Jay McIntyre and Eric Hickson. They did a great job. First thing you see on speed of Nick is he can fly. He's a sub 1,100, 100 meter guy, which he'll do. He can really run. He kind of reminds me what maybe Chris Mitchell looked like at the same age, to be honest with you. And a little bit more size than Chris probably had coming out, but that's kind of what he reminded us on film when we were watching him, that maybe this is a young Chris Mitchell. Don't want to put that on him with that much pressure, but that's the speed and stuff that we see in him. Next guy is, we call him is Denzel Washington, DJ Washington. transfer from New Mexico. He's from down here in the muck in the Glade, and we're excited about getting DJ. Jay McIntyre, and did most of the recruiting with him. And, he went to Iowa Central Junior College, and he went to New Mexico last year. He's really good friends with CJ Christian, our safety on our team, who played at Iowa Central. And he transferred from New Mexico. Long. He's over 6'3". He has a wingspan of like a 6'7" guy. Scored a lot of touchdowns last year for New Mexico. We were really excited about him. He wanted to come and play near home. And he's able to catch the 50-50 ball really well. And there was a lot of schools all over the country that wanted this young man. And I thought that we did a heck of a job recruiting him and wanting to be playing back near home, which is a key. When I tell you, when we look at the transfers, we look at Florida kids. And he was one of those young men. So we're excited about having him here. Jacavion Nornar, we call him Jay for short. Coach Ergel did a great job recruiting him. He's another player from the Belglade. He transferred in here from Maryland. He's 6'7", he's 290 pounds. He played basketball in high school. He's upside. He's excited to continue to develop. He can play the tackle spots. He's long, physical, athletic, and we're really excited about having Jacovian here and the offensive line. Jonathan Rodriguez from Cardinal Gibbons, where we have John Bach from. And so he's a center. Coach Ergel did a great job recruiting him along with Coach DeWitt. He was selected to the 2023 Dade Broward All-Star Game. He also played rugby in high school. He's the leader of his offensive line at center. He has the ability to snap, but he also has length. Sometimes centers don't have, not as tall. He's over 6'4", so he has the length to play multiple positions on the O-line, and really excited about getting another good player from the great program of Cardinal Gibbons. Najee Saffold, O-lineman from Treasure Coast. Coach Ergel and Coach Hickson recruiting him. He goes by KJ, so we have another KJ. He's from Treasure Coast. They went deep in the playoffs. They run that wing tee power game, and he's the pulling tackle, pulling guard, very physical, big. He's one of those guys. He's built like a refrigerator, and just pure muscle, really physical. We're really excited about having KJ here, and we have two young men from his program, so we're really excited. And we also have Keegan Davis on our team from Treasure Coast, and they do a great job there. The next young man we have is Ben Schellenbach, transfer offensive lineman that can play all 5 spots on the offensive line, from Tusculum University, a graduate transfer. He was 6'4.5", 290. Coach Ergel did a great job recruiting him. He's originally from Melbourne, Florida, so he's another local guy. He played in 36 games, starting 31 there. He's a 2-time all-conference player. He's a big guy, finishes blocks well, and brings a lot of starting experience to our offensive line. So we're really excited about him. He can play tackle and guard, and has length to do that. The next young man is Jaleel Davis, the offensive lineman, transfer from North Carolina State. I believe Jaleel has 3 years left to play. 2 years left to play. 2 more years to play. He is an offensive tackle and offensive guard. He's 6'5". He's 305 pounds. Athletic, tough. He could play guard, or say Coach Roper and Coach Ergel did a phenomenal job of recruiting him. We're really excited about having Jaleel. Jermaine Carter from Norland High School, lost a heartbreaker in the state finals, and really good inside nose, 3 technique, quick as lightning, powerful, and 280 pounds. He was selected all-day. George Frazier did a great job of recruiting him, and he's in the all-day Broward game. Played for the Norland team. He had 20 sacks as a junior at Carroll City. A very productive local player. Excited to keep him. He's one of those guys that's just so quick and so powerful inside. He had made a lot of plays this year at Norland too. We're really excited about his disruption on the D-line and right here in our backyard. Next young man we signed is Cole Gustafson from American River College. He was named to the All-Conference, All-California Defensive Player team there. He's from American River. He played basketball in high school. He also played some offensive line and tight end at American River. Played both ways some. He's 6'4.5". He's 305 pounds. Really moves well. Really athletic. and believe he can fill right in there and help us where Jack Daly left off. And so he's a really big physical guy, and it was great recruiting him. And he was has the quickness in there also, and a lot of power and strength. Robert Williams, young man from Columbus High School, who won the state championship 2 years in a row there. And Coach Dunn does a phenomenal job over there. George Frazier, Coach Ergel did a great job recruiting him. And he was selected to the Dade Broward All-Star Game. And big physical young man that really uses his hands well, plays well, physical. And as he keeps getting bigger in the weight room, he's going to be a person to reckon with, and we're really excited about having him. The next guy is Eddie Walls, transfer from Bethune-Cookman, 6'5", 250-pound outside linebacker, pass rusher, had a lot of sacks, a lot of plays at Bethune-Cookman. We're really excited about him. He's from Fort Myers area. He's also a wrestler in high school and also played basketball. It's hard to do both of those. And then he plays with a high motor and has a really excellent ability to rush the passer. We're really excited about him being here, Eddie being here. Anthony Gator did a great job recruiting him. Josiah Taylor, inside linebacker from Sebring. He's another early graduate. Will be here in January. He camped with us in 2022, and we liked him. Kept recruiting him. He was committed to USF, and then he changed. He flipped type thing, and we wanted to make sure we had a high school inside linebacker that we could get here early, and excited about him. And he's able to come in mid-year. Made a lot of plays for Sebring. Travion Barnes is the next young man we got from Georgia Military Junior College. Coach DeWitt did a great job along with Nate Tay and Anthony Gator working on him. He was a first-team All-American junior college football player. He's from Apopka High School. They won a state championship there. He had over 120 tackles this season. He's fast, physical, downhill player, all-conference guy. We're really excited about getting Travion Barnes here, and he'll be here, of course, here in January. Dwight Nunu, inside linebacker from Dodge City Junior College. Coach DeWitt did a phenomenal job. He's from Grand Prairie, Texas, and he had a heck of a year this year. Really can run and hit, and it was a big recruiting battle along with him getting Travion here. And he could play linebacker, he can play in the space, he can play inside the box, he can run and hit. So we're really excited. He'll be here also in January, so we're really excited about having those three linebackers here in January. Ashton Levels, corner from Butler Junior College. He has long, athletic young man, very competitive, plays the ball really well, really good tackler. So we're excited about having Ashton here in January. Raheem Sexel, cornerback from Manatee High School. We saw him at camp. He did well at camp in 2023. He's long, he's big and competitive. He's over 6 foot tall. He's already 185 pounds as a senior in high school. He's really good at press coverage, excited about his ability, and he'll be a mid-year young man also. Shamir Sterling, safety from Treasure Coast. Coach Nate Tay did a great job recruiting him here. And, he was a guy that we saw in the spring of 22, kept looking at. He's a great senior and continued to evaluate. He kept making plays. They had a really good team. He was committed to Northern Illinois and then changed and came to us. Right here, long athleticism, physical, really good student, excellent student, and he'll be here in mid-year also. Jaden Williams, DB from Plantation High School. Nate Tay and Coach Hickson did a great job of recruiting him. Jaden's a great athlete. He played both ways, corner, safety, receiver at Plantation, and he's also a 200-meter, 400-meter guy in track, and so we're really excited about him. He'll be here and also in January. Sadani Gay from Northwestern, the Bulls. Coach Nate Tay, Coach Anthony Gator did a really good job recruiting. Sadani was first off his junior year. He's a physical athlete, very physical. Played, of course, at the great Miami Northwestern, and we're excited about having him on our team. So I'll take any questions at this time about any of those guys.
How many kids are not coming in January? Can you name those?
Yes, I can.
I think it's a smaller number.
Yes. Okay. Cam, can you help me real quick?
Yes, sir. We have seven coming in the summer, high schoolers.
Can you name who they are, please?
Yes, sir. Devontae Lyons, running back. Eric Nelson, the receiver. Nick Smith, receiver. Jonathan Rodriguez, offensive line. KJ Saffold, offensive line. Robert Williams, defensive line. And Sadani Gay, defensive back.
Thank you. Coach, it seems like you filled every position. Let me ask you about one you didn't and talk about maybe what you have already. Tight end, you didn't get anybody, and kickers, it seems like you're happy with what you have. Or
Yes,
talk about those positions.
yes, we are looking at some kickers at this time. We're looking at that, and then at our tight end position, we signed 2 young men last year that we redshirted as freshmen, and then we have 3 other guys on the team now. So we have 5 guys at tight end that we feel pretty good about, real good about. So that's kind of why we didn't sign at those 2 spots at this time.
You have a lot of balance. Was there one position that you felt was most urgent?
Well, we felt like our most urgent spot we felt like was at our inside backer spot, losing Donovan. We have Reggie Peterson, who's a great player for us, and we have Elijah coming back and Percy Courtney. Those are the only 3 guys we had on scholarship at inside backer. We didn't get the freshman guy we wanted last year, and so we felt like we needed that. So we got a freshman, and we got 2 junior college guys that can come in and compete and play right away for us. So that was an area we felt like we needed to get guys quickly in case we had an injury or something like that. And then we also wanted to keep improving our offensive line and keep adding guys in that area. And we felt like our guys really improved last year as it went along, and we wanted to have more players there, more competition, and keep improving that area.
How important was it for you to find versatile offensive linemen, guys who could just play different spots?
Yeah, it was extremely important. And, we had some nicked up injuries as the year went along. I thought the guys last year as the year went along, those freshmen and sophomores kept getting better and better. So we feel good about that. And then we lost a couple guys in the portal at a couple spots, and so we wanted to make sure that we were able to shore up that area for good.
Maybe a little early, but what makes this class different from last year's class?
Wow, what makes this class different? Well, I think we were like he was saying, we're very well rounded in the class. We got a lot of size, but I think the other thing is we've got, 16 guys, right? 16 guys coming in January. And the way the world is now, the more guys you can have in here earlier, the more you can build your team to be ready to go in August. And so I'm excited about that.
Specifically about this, I was looking for his name, but the 6'5", 220-pound wide receiver kind of jumped out at us.
Yes.
Because of his size. And
DJ?
can you talk about who we maybe remind you of? 'Cause I was thinking of the kid at FSU, maybe different
Right.
level, but they had that big wide receiver.
Yeah.
Who does he remind you of?
Wow. The thing that that sticks out with DJ is he's able to, he caught quite a few touchdowns this year, so he's really excellent in the red zone on the 50-50 ball, the fades, that type of thing. Who does he remind me of? Wow. I don't know if I've ever had one quite as long as him, to be honest with you, on that situation. So I don't know who he reminds me of that's played here that we've been around so far. But he kind of gives us a different dimension to be able to, get him matched up on corners and with his height and physicalness. We're really excited about that.
Is he the tallest receiver you've ever had on a roster?
I would say he's probably, I don't know if he's the tallest, but he's the longest, if that makes sense. When y'all see him, he just has that, you know how you see a basketball player and he goes, he's only 6'3", but he looks taller than the 6'6" guy? That's kind of what he looks like when you see him on the field.
The quarterback, can you talk about these? And
Yep.
how do you evaluate that position, such an important position in terms of even how he can break down defenses, and what are the qualities that you saw in him?
Well, the first quality we saw in Clayton is his arm strength and his accuracy. And then, with him playing baseball, he doesn't always have to throw it in the same slot. He's able to make, like you do, like a shortstop or outfielder. He kind of makes those plays. You see that happen in film, which I think is extremely important. He's athletic. He can make throws on the run, and then he also runs really well. And so I was really impressed with that, watching the game tape, and then when we saw him, throw in person at camp and all the different things he did. his intelligence factor is good. He really understands football and understands coverages.
Coach.
Yep.
Not about the recruiting, but Coach Yost and DeWitt, both their contracts expire at the end of the month. Is the expectation to have them back in 2024?
Yeah, I don't think that's correct on both of those. Yeah, we're excited about the staff, and this time of the year, everything happens, things going on, but we're excited about where we're headed and how we're going to get there.
I was curious, I was looking at the rankings. How do you, they had you at 24/7 Sports fourth in the league in Conference USA. Any thoughts on that?
No, I don't really pay too much attention to that. I think I think they kind of go through after everything gets in, and they kind of reevaluate them too, and look at everything on the depth chart of where all our guys stand. Because sometimes they haven't reviewed all the guys. Some of the guys they haven't even seen before, so to speak.
How much easier, if it was it now that you've been here a bit and get to establish some of those relationships with the schools and whatnot?
It's a lot better. Our coaches do a great job of getting out there and seeing all the schools and connecting with them. So that's been excellent. And then our Cam and the staff has done a great job of evaluating guys quickly on all of our video that we have and being able to buy and get. So that's been a very good process for us. A very good process. A couple other things here. I thought that wanted to go over a couple other things. Coach, we had so many people that helped on everything, and I'll just start out with Andrew Naylor and Liz Turnio and the housing, because every time we have an official visit, we go in the dorms, we show them all that type of stuff. We have everybody on campus helps. Admissions with Jody Glassman has been phenomenal. Academics with Isa Rosa and Nick Stillmore and Anthony Went. Compliance with Kevin Kendrick and Jimmy Fleming and Octavia. All the stuff they have to do for us is amazing. And then Julie Berg's been a big help. And then Scott Carr, I've never been anywhere that the AD came to every single time we had an official visit. They showed up one of the nights with his wife and kids and with Katie, his daughter, and visiting all the parents and being around them. He was here early this morning. And so that's been awesome. Then we've got Hunter, the most amazing guy in the world, on the video and getting graphics and everything out on these guys. It's phenomenal. So it's a teamwork, and I can't say enough. I know I've missed somebody, and Katie Willis, who works closely with Cam and doing all the transcripts and all the things you have to do there, which is amazing. And then Kevin Chavez and Ryan Webb on all the travel, booking. It's like moving an army all the time, and so it's a good deal. And of course, the coaching staff and everybody working extremely hard, and trainers coming in on the weekends, and strength coaches, and it's a big deal. So I appreciate everybody's hard work and keep moving the program forward. So we're excited about the future, and felt like we did an excellent job of filling the needs we need to fill. And it's never over in the transfer world, right? Hopefully nobody on our team leaves, but you never know. We work on that daily, and then if that happens, we'll keep recruiting other guys.
You mentioned the linebackers. You wanted to go after them. How do you feel about that core now, especially after adding someone like Barnes?
Yeah, I feel really good about the core. Elijah and Reggie and Percy are really good players. Reggie's has played phenomenal for us. Reggie should have been an all-conference player, I thought, for sure. He will be. I think he should be a preseason all-conference player. And then adding Travion and Nunu and Josiah really helps us a lot. And the thing, those guys don't only play, you're linebacker, but their linebackers are core players on your special teams, and they can make plays there for you too. So we're really excited about those guys, and it'll be great competition in the spring and everything like that. And I'm really excited about getting Devontae Lyons, the freshman running back. I'm really excited about him. We didn't have a freshman running back we had signed last year, so we're mainly, juniors and a sophomore, redshirt sophomore there. So, and then we got Flex coming back, which we're really excited about Flex coming back. Any other questions? Appreciate y'all being here today. Thank you very much. And y'all got my address. Send me the Christmas present. I'll be waiting on it. All right. Okay. Thank y'all very much. Have a great day. Appreciate it.